Day 2 of learning math from scratch, and today I learn about addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Before talking about what I learned, I also want to teach you about placeholder because I honestly didn't really know this existed and had some trouble learning about addition, subtraction. So that's why I will teach you this first. So placeholder. Placeholder simply just means a value of a number. A value of a number that is assigned according to its position. So a number actually have two types of value. They are face value and place value. Face value just means what we see. For example, 1 is 1, 2 is 2, but 20 is not 20. 20 is 2 and 0. That's why place value is needed, or generally speaking, placeholder. Here, place value shows number real worth according to its position. So you may ask, what is position? So in math, for example, if let's say there was one cookie, you have another cookie, what do you say to cookie? There is one cookie or two cookie. You go on and adding them. In ancient time, people used to count by hand, just like us. We have 10 hands, right? So people used to count up to 10 hand. Then now what? They used to add another 10 to that. That's why this placeholder is based on base 10 system, where the first digit is 1, then another number is 10. As it is increased by 10, then it is again increased by 10. So 10 into 10 is 100. It keeps on increasing by 10. Yeah, I know you are confused up to now, but I will give you a very simple explanation that will clear your doubt. So when we talk about position, every number is assigned or have position to know its value. Look at a random number. For let's say 1163 is a large number. How do we know the value of this one? By using place value. So in place value, the first number is 1, then it increases, as I have said, by 10, then again increases by 10, making it 100 position. So 1 has a place value of 100. So place value means this 1, 10, 100. Place value increases by 10 every time. So 100 multiplied by 10 is 1000. So this one is placeholder or value 1000. Still confused? Let's see. 1116. Now you may ask, why 100? Why 1000? Let's see. As I said, this is 1000. Have a placeholder 1000. Multiply by 1000 plus this holds the position of 100. This holds the position of 10. So 1 into 10. This holds the position of 1. So 6 into 1. This results in 1000 plus 100 plus 10 plus 6. This will result in this answer, giving the value of placeholder. So you can see that each number have a placeholder or place value. The furthest one have a value of 1, and it increases by 10 every time you go left. You may have encountered in shop, you see a very large number of a price. Let's say a TV cost this much. Now how do you know this cost 2000? What is it sorry, what is it called? Is it called 2000? No, we call it 2000. How do we know this is called 2000? Because of placeholder. As I have said, this has a placeholder of 1. 10, 100, and 1000. That's how position matters. That's how placeholder gives value to the numbers. I hope you understand this. Now, for before we go forward, let's give you one example. 263. Now I want to ask you, what is the value of 3 here? Yes, 1. Then it increases by 10. So placeholder is 10. 2 is 100. Let's test it. 2 is multiplied by 100. 6 is multiplied by 10. And 3 is multiplied by 1. The answer would be 200 plus 60 plus 3. 260 plus 3, 263. The answer is here. I hope you understand. Now we'll be moving to addition. Addition is a simple way of saying adding stuff. In core, it is just mixing stuff, mixing or making stuff together. I don't know how to explain it more. It's just adding stuff. For example, let's say you got one apple sitting in the kitchen and one apple sitting in your desk. Now you pick both the apple and put it in basket. Now you have two apple in a table. Or you can add orange, anything. 2 plus 3, 5. 5 plus 6, 11. 10 plus 5, 15. Now these are some very easy additions where you can do it mentally or you can do it in your mind. But what about large number like 463, 246, or very large number? Let's say 1163. Now we have to add 1263. Now most of you are saying, wait, isn't it weird that the large number is sitting below the lower number? No, here order doesn't matter. There is no borrowing, so it doesn't matter if the higher number is bigger or not. So you can put any number low or high. It doesn't really matter. But for presentation, it is really nice if you put the bigger number up because it might confuse some checkers or people. So 3 plus 3 is 6. Now here is the concept of carryover. So 6 plus 6 is 12, where the carryover number is given to its neighbor, which is 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 2 is 4, and 1 plus 1 is 2. Very simple. I hope you understand addition. Now let's move to subtraction. Subtraction is just polar opposite of addition. Let's take the same example. Let's say the two apple that we had in our room. Now we remove that apple. Now how much we have? Yes, 1. Very simple. For example, you can say 4 minus 2, that is 2. 2 minus 3, that is minus 1. There is concept of minus here. Now here, as there is concept of borrowing, order is very important. You can't put 263 or lower number over high number because it would result in negative number. For example, 0, 0 and 2 minus 4 is 2, which is negative. So you must always keep the higher number up. So 4, 2, 6, and let's say 2, 3, 7. Even though 2, 3, 7 is lower than 4 to 6, the last two digits are still smaller than 4 to 6. So here what to do? Most people are panic, right? So Elder Number told me in a very small manner, just borrow it. So 6 is smaller than 7, just borrow from your neighbor, which is 2. I thought here, for example, 6 is smaller than 7. Now most people are afraid of this. and don't know what to do. But Ildonomu told me in very fun manner, just borrow it. When you borrow from neighbor, you take 1 from the neighbor, and some people are confused and add 6 with 1 and result in 7, but that's wrong. The 1 will be added in front of that, so it would be 16 minus 7, which is 9. 1, and here again number is smaller, so we carry over from neighbor, resulting in 11. 11 minus 3, again 8, and 3 minus 2 is 1. Always remember this rule: if you have less than other, just borrow it and subtract from the one that you borrowed from. Very easy. Now let's move on to multiplication. Multiplication is, I think, the cousin of addition, because I feel like addition and multiplication have some of connection or stuff, and uh, subtraction and division has some stuff. Is it just me or you? Because in multiplication can be just viewed as a shortcut of representing an addition. In my childhood, I always thought addition multiplication was just formulas and stuff, and I spent days remembering those. But after learning now that multiplication is just a shortcut form of addition or representing it, I thought, what? So example, if there are 4 apples in 3 baskets, so if there are 4 apples each in 3 baskets, how many apples are there? Now, as we have read, we can either multiply it, resulting in 12, or as I have said, multiplication is a shortcut of addition. Look at here, 4 plus 4 plus 4. Now we have add 4 3 times, resulting on answer 12. Let's look at other example. 9 added 3 times results in 27. Or let's say 3 multiply 6. 3 added 6 times results in 18. Really simple, really easy to understand. Now these are some small numbers. What about big numbers like this? 4, 6, 3 and 20, where this is double digit multiplying of very big digits. Here you must calculate in 2 steps, or how many. Here you have to calculate in steps. However big the number is, the step increases, and each step you have to add a 0. So this can be called as 0 step, and after that you can call it 1 level. In 1 level you add 1 0. In 2 level you add 2 0. In 3 level you add 3 0. That's how it increases. In here only there is only up to level 1. So first multiply 0, there is no need to add a 0 or nothing. 0 multiplied by 0, 0. And 2 multiplied by 3 is 6. 2 multiplied by 6 is 12. Here you need to add 0 or nothing, because that's the rule of multiplying a very large number in this way. At last, what you need to do is add 0 plus 8 is 0, 0 plus 6 is 6. The answer is 1260. I hope you understand. I really can't explain this much further because there is a lot to know. I hope you understand. Division. Division is just like addition is opposite of subtraction. Subtraction is opposite of addition. Division is opposite of multiplication, where divide shows us how many yolks fits in white. You may ask what? So let's say 9 divided by 4. 9 divided by 4. How many 9 fits in? How many 4 fits in 9? So in 9 there are 4 plus 4 plus 1. So 2 4 fits in 9 with 1. This one which cannot be fit is called a remainder. Now this small division can be done enough with mentally, But what about big numbers like 4, 6, 3, 4, 8, 9 divided by 20, 30? Now that's why this is used. Now let's give you some knowledge about this division method. In this is called quotient, where the divider the number we divide with is kept. This is the one we divide with. So for example, 4 divided by 3, 4 is kept here, 3 is kept here, and the number we divide with is kept here. For example, 4 divided by 12, 4 divided by 12 is how much? 3. So it is kept here. This doesn't matter. You can say it is called quotient. That's what I learned. I hope I'm not wrong. Shout out to mathematics because I learned a lot of thing from there. Now let's give you some tour of division. So division can be categorized into like 3 types according to me as difficulty. Okay, first is simple. That simple is just dividing a number, like where the number we are dividing with is smaller than with the number we are dividing. Example, 4 can be not smaller, bigger. 4 can be divided into 12, so where 12 is bigger than 4, the one we dividing is bigger than we divide with. So 4 divided by 2 is 3, and the answer is 3. Very simple. The another one is where the one we divide is smaller than the one we divide with. For example, let's say 4. Now 4 cannot divide 3. It's impossible. Yes, the answer can come in decimal, but we need a calculator. It cannot really be done by a human or me. Now let's go to where most people are confused with. So people are most confused, or I was most confused, was that how do you determine how much digit to divide? Like here there are a lot of digits. Do I divide all of them at once? Do I divide one digit at one time, or what? So mathematics told me look at the digits which is bigger and smaller. So what? Now rather than 30, let's say it was 1000. Now here 40 cannot divide 1, so it takes both the digits. But even now 40 cannot divide 10, it takes 3 digits. Until and unless it can divide it, we can take the digits. If it was 400, we cannot divide 400 with 100, so we take 4 of the digits. That's how it works. I don't know how really to explain it more. I hope you understand division, and bye bye, that's it.